So, Mr. Kumudu, you have something to add as well?
Honorable Sir, I'm so delighted that you had been so courteous to come into this meeting and organizing this meeting. I should be thankful to the organizers. We have been waiting for some pressure group to come for a long period of time because a lot of educated people who have run away from the country because of the situations there for a long period. I have been 40 years away, going and coming to the country, but I always send my funds to my country. Now, saying that, I must tell you in the recent past, when the COVID thing happened, we were treated very badly. I'm sure you are aware. I don't want to talk too much about it. The disrespect that we given to foreign employees is very much sad. And also, there was false promises which was given to us. And as a governor, you know that backbone of the country in financing, without any much pressure of spending, was coming from the foreign employees to the country for a long period of time. It ranges from 4.5 billion to 7 billion it went off, even higher. And that money was very important for the country in the past history. So you may think I'm taking the political stance, talking the history. Of course, the mind is always doing. Historical knowledge is the one which transform and fascinate for the future. Coming to deregularization and transparency not appearing in financial systems is the major reason that even the tax laws were not clear. These were the ones which affected, I remember even from 1990s, tax was evaded by many people. Evade tax is about 80% in 90s. And these are the incomes that we lost. And these had been rolling on for a long period of time, and it reached to this level. Finally, thanks to COVID, I put it that way, sorry to say like that, but it came out. My father always told me until the wound is under the surface, it is more dangerous than when the wound is up. This pressure group of people who have come forward, they have come forward with a long aspiration of two different cases. One is the political side, second one is the economic side. So political side, I know you can do very little, but you can take the dialogue to them, because in order to give the financial trust to the people, we need a political cloud to come forward and give the support to people like you who have dedicated yourself to correct the system. I can see you are doing your best and your knowledge. Now coming to what we want is a structural change to happen. The people who are in the pressure group is asking, political structural, we have no trust on these people with the funds. But you guarantee us these funds will go for certain projects, which is you have focused to overrun with the situation. But we looking at it, when we go to the public, one-to-one basis you might be able to explain, but the public image is very poor. So they are asking for something else, but you must take this pressure to the parliamentarian to say, my dear, we are in a, you are asking from us, you should ask the political figures to say the drastic change to do for us to support. Now I will go directly, how can a country of this nature we can support as foreign employees? We have 22 million people. Out of that, we have only 8.5 million working population, workable, who can contribute to work. Out of that, 2.5 million people is abroad. These people have sent this money, 7 billion, and it has dropped down very badly. In one side, you have a lot of money committed which have to be paid, which was misused. And you must accept as a central bank, there was misuse. Or unproductive manner it has been used. Return on investment is delayed. Therefore, this pressure came on this time. So what I'm, with my economic knowledge, what I'm trying to say, we must support you at a time. Politics is something, country is another thing. Country before everything for us. So I am coming up with a formula. May I take a formula? Maybe if we don't give a formula, somebody cannot say even not wrong or not right. So in order to tell the not right one, you will select the right one then. So the first thing what I am trying to say, The political change I'll call later because, Mr. Nandalal, you are more concerned about the finance, how can we save? So I'll go to that part. We as Sri Lankan, I was just making my calculation last 2 days. We have a lot of money, I'm telling you, all of us have some savings done abroad, especially elite and educated and professionals who have educated from Sri Lanka. Okay, we are contributing, if your nation building is concerned, we are building other nations, not our nation. And sadly, our politicians were encouraging us to go abroad instead of building our own nation. I am a consultant to a sheikh here in economics is concerned, business development. And I'm CEO of a group. Likewise, there are so many. And I want to tell you, now, if you, I know your donation program looks a little bit of political type of a thing to send some funds to this one, but you will not reach the level that you expect. I am sure about it, because of the mistrust that the people have. So what I am trying to give them a rewarding package to send this money. And because this is their own people, if we have been giving 6% interest rate, 5% interest rate to India, China and all these countries, I know 28% of it with India, 12% with China. We have leased out or sold major properties to China. All this we know, all the public knows about it now, because the media is very strong. So coming to the core is today, next 2 years, you have to make a cash flow and you have to tell us, because we don't know, what is your urgent, this is what you said. Once we send the money, you will use it to the most scale of preference that you have, and urgent areas, you will put it on those. So then, if we can support you this way, for example, 1% of 2.5 million people, you take it how much it comes. If $20,000 we deposit in a bond, okay, which have certain, it's a very special bond you have to come up with. It is for 3 years, but you have to give some benefits. So you have an interest rate you will give. We have been asking for car permit to get it. You say that if you have this deposit for 3 years with us, we will give you a car permit. We will give you, people are asking for their medical. We have now in the country not only the people who have been funding with foreign currency, the doctors who are there, they can sign up with a cluster organization to assist people who are funding to this money, to give a medical program for people who are working abroad to support them. Okay, now I'm just taking only this 1% with people who have high amount of saving or who have a propensity to help this situation. Okay, then you have much more, you can go another 1%, you can ask them to come up with $5,000 to deposit on a fixed deposit. They will have similar situations. The permit will be a little different and the medical schemes will be different. At the same time, there are thousands of children who have gone abroad for education. Our education have, while these people are going away, our children, I form 2 schools here. These children are not integrated to universities in Sri Lanka. If we deposit this money, $5,000 in a fixed deposit, we should be given, our children should be given entry to universities in Sri Lanka. We can even build a SHEAR. This is what they call the SHEAR program. I went and discussed with the university to build a faculty by ourselves from foreign employees. This was my past endeavor. So education is another thing. People want a car permit, they want to build a house. You can give special incentives if you have deposited on this. State Engineering Corporation will give certain engineering products for your building of houses. This. You will say these are there in the Foreign Employment Bureau. No, we have no faith on that one. It doesn't happen. So this type of thing will be done. When you take it, 1% of $20,000, another 1% of $10,000, another 1% of $5,000, you will get about 1.3 billion US dollars in a cluster. But you have to give us certain guarantees. The street people who are fighting that political changes to bring, and the other one is you will be saying this is the projects that you are using. The other one is with regard to gold. If you take my wife, or many wives and housemaids abroad, they have gold. We can ask them to deposit with a certificate gold in your accounts. You will say we are not in such a crisis now. Either I want to know whether we are in a crisis or we are not. So when we deposit this gold, you will have a account with you. You can show that we have such a gold reserve with us. So this is what happened in the Asian crisis when it happened. In Thailand, these countries, the locals helped the country. We are indebted to help the country. We are indebted. People who are listening might think of me, am I coming to safeguard the present regimes? And I am a total against person, but my country before anything. We have to support you and your team who is coming, but you have to accept also as a governor who was there, they did something wrong, and you should ask with Chief Justice, Auditor General, Governor, the police chief to put it as a task force to bring the awareness to people. We are going to support you. We are with you. You have to support us. This is a financial crisis. You know that banking system is completely depending on trust. We learned this elementary when we were doing O-level, A-levels. So that have gone. So this had to be taken. When you told me to send it through the bank, I don't trust even the banks. So ideally you can open a special NRFC account, should be put it on a monitoring situation to make sure that funds is coming, and you can give a meter to show this is the funds which came from the time you launch it, your program. We can trust a person than a system which is scrapped now and come up with a new process. You know, people believe on processes and procedures are the best management techniques to operate. I am very much in favor. I'm not going to talk now immediately. If you ask me what the street people wants, we should now immediately think of taking the power-centered methodology in the president to below. Then from us, we will nominate 10 or 15 people whom we trust a little bit even from the parliament to have a temporary cabinet to help you, assist you with the task. Then we will ask when we want a parliamentary election. That can be accelerated. This is three-way on politics is concerned, but the other side I explain you clearly how we can help you. You know, this is what I believe, and I'm sure I have the consensus from people in Qatar who are working with me. If we come up with a program, we can launch it and it will come. It will come. But you have to be very vocal to people. And even the COVID fund, not transparent. We have to be transparent on these funds. We must put it to people. Dr. Nandanal, I would like you to tell my proposal what you think about it.
Now, your proposals, I think we have, as Dr. mentioned, so we have received similar proposals several times, and then there's a committee studying that. Those are proposals, as I have met here one thing. I, as a central governor, I cannot influence or intervene in the political process. That I am very clear. So this is not my mandate. This is, and if I were to do that, I would also be seen as someone who is blind to any political party or administration. I am not that kind of person. As I said, central government, in particular here all over the world, central government should not be involved in political decisions. So that you mentioned about these parliament policies, I don't think I can make any conclusion there. But the only mind is to manage the base of the centre and the people have no here. Base of the government, centre has a mandate, and based on that mandate, I'm trying to deliver what I'm supposed to deliver according to the law of the country. As a balance at the time. That's all I think I can guarantee I will do that to my best of knowledge and as possible without getting any undue influence of personal parties, either politicians or administration, the president. But when you talk about the other things like political issues, I don't think Central should not value these organizations are there in the past. Sometimes individuals were born because they sometimes get influenced through political decisions. So that's what I can do. That I can do. And the financial, obviously, the investment opportunities, we can look at whether investment opportunities, for example, to deposit money, to invest in a bond or something like that, we can design or create a specific instrument that basically could target that case, as you mentioned, like, the can be issued, and we can also guarantee a certain return or interest on those instruments. Basically, just compensate for glucose or money for investment, that I can guarantee that we do that. That's a different thing. So what is first account right now, but we make this something very, very urgent. Financial assistance. So I can basically through Martin, I can send you whatever immediate opportunities that you can invest, and also I can tell you what are the returns that we can offer for those investments. For example, I will start if you invest in rupees here, then you never send us rupees. Right now, that we are will send both in intelligence and single characters, and also if you invest in dollars. If you dollars in the banking system, I can give you, ask my team to provide what rate of interest that banks we can offer for your business. So those are things that you can offer by investment. And also this right now the investment are one of tools are tax free, that have access locally. So as a foreigner and ambassador to invest, and any interest income that can be taken back to the tax in the countries. So these are the details that I don't know if there's a time here. So I can ask my team to prepare a document and share it to people who are interested, so that these are options right now available. Then you can invest. This is not under dollars. It's an investment opportunity. So for people who have money, as you mentioned, if you invest in dollars, I can tell you what are the instruments available. You invest at $20, what kind of return that you can provide to that investment. So that kind of thing, I think we can that in. But other things like the vehicle loans, education thing, those are there. I can't guarantee that those time that we get, because right now we need money urgent, and we can invest in the investment that we return. But I don't think that is not this equipment. I have observed to that kind of, that is funding extra finance and the government is a tax code server by the government. That has to be done by the parliament and government, that has a different authority to make that decision, because they restore taxpayers' money. They are restored on these sites. That has authority. I was that I was going to get involved in someone else's decision that should be taken by parliament. Those are taken by prime ministers. Those are different authorities in this country. So obviously that don't those decisions. You know what the authorities that they right now issues that there is no federal there's no federal government, there's no parliament is developed. We don't have other rules a prime minister when they are going to be very, very uncertain political situation. But unfortunately, we as a central bank cannot have that situation. It is very, has to be sorted out by the people of the state. And by the people, and also the agent of these people who are selected to the body. That's their business. That's their mandate of the central bank cannot intervene or cannot influence in that process. This is a simple message that can challenge in terms of what we can do as central bank, but at this time, in different authorities, and what people can do, that's about secretaries, and we have to pressure level person with the things. That is a political process. But we can influence that process. So other teachers, I said something, I can share. My team, I can ask my team to share investment about this. And I'll try to return for the investment that we can get or we can give to ourselves.